But would he have been different if I could have said, don't do that?
Sally Field's life story is as much about resilience and transformation as it is about raw talent and success. While she is best known for her remarkable acting career, which has earned her multiple Academy Awards and critical acclaim, Field's path to success has been anything but easy. From the depths of personal trauma and the pressures of early fame to her breakthrough performances in unforgettable roles, Sally Field's journey is an inspiring tale of perseverance, personal growth, and artistic reinvention. In her memoir, In Pieces, she opens up about the darker sides of her life, detailing the struggles that many may not have seen behind the smile she wore for decades. A humble beginning in Pasadena. Sally Margaret Field was born on November 6, 1946, in Pasadena, California. Her early life, unlike the glamorous Hollywood she would later inhabit, was far from luxurious. Sally's mother, Margaret Field, was an actress, and her father, Richard Dryden Field, was a pharmacist who had served in the military during World War II. The couple's marriage was troubled and eventually ended when Sally was just 4 years old. This event would leave a lasting impact on the young Sally, as her home life became marked by instability. After the divorce, Sally's mother remarried Jock Mahoney, an actor and stuntman. On the surface, Mahoney seemed like a perfect match for Sally's mother. He had connections in Hollywood, and it appeared that their life would be filled with the excitement of the show business world. But the reality was darker than anyone could have expected. Sally's stepfather, Jock, would become a source of both affection and terror in her life. In her memoir, In Pieces, Sally revealed a devastating truth that she had kept hidden for years. Her stepfather abused her under the guise of harmless physical activities like walking on his back. This abuse, which began when Sally was very young, escalated into something far more sinister and continued until she was 14. Sally described the confusing emotional turmoil she experienced, as her stepfather could alternately be affectionate and manipulative, creating an environment of fear and contradiction. Acting as a lifeline. In the midst of this trauma, Sally found solace in acting. It was at Birmingham High School in Van Nuys, California, that Sally discovered her love for drama. At school, she was involved in the drama department, which offered her a safe space to express herself and escape her troubling home life. Acting, for Sally, became more than just a hobby. It was a lifeline. She threw herself into every role, no matter how small, pouring her emotions and struggles into her performances. These early experiences on stage gave Sally a sense of purpose and helped her develop the resilience that would later fuel her career. Her time in the drama department allowed Sally to explore different aspects of herself and understand the power of transformation that acting provided. "I landed in the drama department, and it just kind of saved me," she later said. Acting allowed Sally to step into different lives, characters, and stories, giving her the ability to leave her own world behind for brief moments. This was her refuge, her opportunity to live not just one life, but 1,000. The early days of fame. Gidget and the Flying Nun. At just 18 years old, Sally Field's career took a major turn when she landed the role of Gidget, the titular character in a new TV series about a Southern California teenage surfer girl. The show aired in 1965 and was a delightful blend of fun, youth, and optimism. Sally quickly became America's girl next door, beloved by audiences for her innocent charm and infectious energy. The show ran for just one season, but in those 32 episodes, Sally found a kind of fame that was both exhilarating and confining. After Gidget was canceled, Sally's next big role came in 1967 with The Flying Nun, a quirky sitcom about a nun named Sister Bertrille, who had the ability to fly due to her lightweight frame and large cornet. Sally was reluctant to take the role, finding the premise ridiculous. She was nearly 19 years old and did not want to be typecast as a cute, quirky character. However, under pressure from her stepfather, who insisted she take the job, and the fear of never working again if she turned it down, Sally agreed to sign on. Despite her reservations, The Flying Nun became a hit, running for 3 seasons and 82 episodes. Children adored the show, and families gathered around their TVs to watch Sally, dressed in her nun's habit, fly through whimsical adventures. But while the public loved the show, Sally's experience behind the scenes was one of deep frustration. She felt trapped in a role that didn't reflect who she truly was or what she wanted to become as an actress. "I didn't want to be the flying nun," Sally confessed later. "I didn't know who I was, but I knew who I wasn't." She longed to break free from the sweet, wholesome image she had cultivated in her early roles and to be recognized for her true potential as an actress. The struggles of typecasting and breaking free. As The Flying Nun came to an end, Sally's desire to grow as an actress was stymied by her past roles. To casting directors and the public, she was still the innocent, wholesome girl from Gidget and The Flying Nun. It was a typecasting trap that she found herself stuck in. At the age of 27, Sally made a bold decision to change the course of her career. She enrolled at the Actors Studio in New York City to study method acting under the legendary Lee Strasberg. The training was transformative. Sally learned to connect deeply with her characters, tapping into her own emotional experiences without letting them consume her. Acting, she realized, was not about pretending. It was about living the lives of the characters she portrayed, about shedding her own identity and becoming someone else entirely. The first role that would allow her to showcase this newfound skill came in 1976, when Sally was cast as Sybil, a woman suffering from multiple personality disorder, in a television miniseries. The role was unlike anything Sally had done before, and it terrified her. Sybil had 16 distinct personalities, each with its own complexities and nuances. Sally threw herself into the role, allowing herself to fully embody each of these personalities. Her performance was raw, emotional, and vulnerable, leaving an indelible mark on everyone who watched. The scene in which Sybil hides under a piano, in a childlike, terrified state, became iconic, as Sally's portrayal was both heartbreaking and haunting. When Sybil aired, it was a breakthrough for Sally Field. Critics hailed her performance as a masterpiece, and she won her first Emmy Award. The role proved that Sally was more than just a sitcom actress. She was a serious, versatile performer capable of profound emotional depth. It was a moment of validation, but Sally knew she still had more to prove. Norma Ray, the role of a lifetime. Sally's next major role came in 1979 with the film Norma Ray. The movie, based on the true story of a mill worker who fights to unionize her workplace, offered Sally the chance to play a character far removed from the roles she had played in the past. Norma Ray was a woman full of fire, passion, and conviction, traits that Sally could finally relate to. The film demanded everything from her, and she gave it. One of the most memorable moments in the film is when Sally's character climbs onto a table in the middle of a noisy factory floor, holding up a sign that simply says, "Union," as her co-workers slowly stop their machines and stand in solidarity. The scene becomes a powerful symbol of strength and unity. Sally's performance in Norma Ray was universally acclaimed. The film resonated with audiences, and Sally won her first Academy Award for Best Actress. The victory was monumental, not just for the recognition it brought her, but for the personal triumph it symbolized. After years of being pigeonholed into roles that didn't suit her, Sally had finally broken free. Places in the Heart, the second Oscar. Sally's artistic growth continued to soar. In 1984, she took on another challenging role in Places in the Heart, where she played Edna Spaulding, a widow struggling to keep her farm during the Great Depression. The film was quiet, understated, and deeply moving. Sally's portrayal of Edna was layered with strength and vulnerability, capturing the essence of a woman fighting for survival in a harsh world. There was a moment in the film where Sally's character, exhausted from the weight of her struggles, sits alone in the dark, reflecting on the challenges she has faced. In that moment, Sally's face conveyed every ounce of hardship and perseverance without saying a word. When Sally won her second Academy Award for Best Actress for Places in the Heart, it was a testament to how far she had come as an actress. In her acceptance speech, she delivered the now iconic line, "I can't deny the fact that you like me right now. You like me." A moment that encapsulated the journey from the young girl struggling for recognition to the acclaimed actress standing on one of the biggest stages in the world. Breaking out in the 1970s. From Gidget to Smokey and the Bandit. Sally Field's career was not an overnight sensation. Her journey in Hollywood was a slow burn, marked by trials, personal setbacks, and moments of triumph. In the 1970s, Field made a lasting mark on the big screen, first as America's sweetheart, and later as a multifaceted actress, unafraid to challenge herself with more complex roles. Her early days were defined by light-hearted TV roles, most notably in the 1960s sitcom Gidget, and later The Flying Nun. While these roles solidified her image as the charming girl next door, they also confined her to a particular typecasting, something she found stifling. In Gidget, she portrayed a spunky teenage surfer girl, a role that earned her wide recognition but also created a box she desperately wanted to escape. The Flying Nun, which followed soon after, cast her in a similarly light-hearted, almost absurd role as Sister Bertrille, a nun who could fly due to her lightweight frame. While audiences loved these shows, Sally longed for more serious, transformative work that would challenge her as an actress. Field's big screen breakthrough came in 1977 with the action comedy Smokey and the Bandit. In this film, Field played Carrie, a runaway bride who joins Burt Reynolds' wild adventure as a truck driver. The film became a massive hit, not only showcasing her effortless chemistry with Reynolds, but also solidifying her status as a leading lady in Hollywood. The movie's high-speed chases, humor, and action-packed sequences gave Sally a platform to display her comedic timing and embrace a more daring, fun persona. This role opened doors for her and propelled her to greater recognition. The film grossed over $126 million, making it one of the highest-grossing films of the year and cementing Field's status as a bankable star. Evolving roles and career growth, taking on drama and depth. As the 1980s unfolded, Field transitioned from comedic roles into more serious and complex characters. While Smokey and the Bandit was a defining moment in her career, she knew that for her to sustain longevity in Hollywood, she needed to evolve as an actress. This desire to challenge herself led her to a string of diverse roles that reflected her growing maturity and range as an actress. In 1981, Field played Megan Carter in Absence of Malice, a gripping drama about a journalist who unwittingly destroys an innocent man's life with a flawed story. The role demanded a certain moral complexity and asked tough questions about the ethics of journalism and personal responsibility. Field's portrayal of Megan was nuanced and thoughtful, earning her critical praise for tackling a morally ambiguous character. Audiences were beginning to see a new side of Sally Field, one that wasn't just defined by her comedic roles, but by her ability to explore deeper emotional and intellectual themes. That same year, Field starred opposite James Garner in Murphy's Romance, a romantic comedy that showcased her deft touch with light-hearted material while also demonstrating her ability to bring authenticity to a character. In the film, she portrayed Emma, a divorced mother who moves to a small town and finds herself falling for Garner's Murphy, a charming local pharmacist. Their love story is simple but deeply moving, and Field's performance resonated with audiences for its warmth and vulnerability. Murphy's Romance earned Field a Golden Globe nomination, proving that her star power wasn't limited to dramatic roles, but extended to comedy and romance as well. Steel Magnolias, the pain behind the laughter. One of the most memorable moments of Sally Field's career came in 1989 when she starred in Steel Magnolias, a film that would go on to become an instant classic. The movie, based on playwright Robert Harling's real-life experience of losing his sister, centers on a close-knit group of Southern women who bond over their shared joys and heartbreaks. Field $95 million at the box office. However, behind the scenes, the producers, rather than artistic ones. Julia Roberts wasn't the only one targeted by Ross's harshness. Even Dolly Parton, one of the most beloved icons of Hollywood, but Field and the rest of the cast, including Shirley MacLaine and Olympia Dukakis, were not about to let Roberts suffer in silence. They rallied around her, offering support and a safe space away from the pressure of the set. The veteran actresses formed a protective shield around the young Roberts, making sure that she felt supported despite the harsh treatment. MacLaine recalled many late-night talks with Roberts, where the young actress would question her abilities, but each time, MacLaine reassured her. Dolly Parton, ever the champion of kindness, confronted Ross in her own way. With her wit and humor, Parton made it clear that Ross's behavior was unacceptable, and Field remembered how the director was left speechless in the face of Dolly's directness. Later, career, shifting roles, and continued growth. By the late 1990s and into the 2000s, Sally Field continued to challenge herself with a variety of roles that showcased her versatility and depth as an actress. In 2000, she joined the cast of the hit medical drama ER, where she portrayed Maggie Wensky, the bipolar mother of Dr. Abby Lockhart. The role was a masterclass in emotional depth and mental health awareness. Maggie's manic episodes and emotional struggles were portrayed with heartbreaking authenticity, and Field's performance earned her an Emmy for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Drama Series. Through her role, she helped bring attention to the realities of living with bipolar disorder, opening up important conversations about mental health. In 2006, Field took on yet another transformative role as Nora Walker in the ABC drama Brothers and Sisters. Her portrayal of a widowed mother navigating the complexities of her adult children's lives resonated with audiences and critics alike. She was the heart and soul of the show, bringing both strength and vulnerability to the role. Her work on Brothers and Sisters earned her an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series in 2007, and the series ran for 5 seasons, solidifying Field's status as one of the most respected and beloved actresses of her generation. The pinnacle of her career, Lincoln and beyond. One of the final milestones in Field's long and storied career came in 2012 when she was cast as Mary Todd Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln. Despite initial doubts surrounding her casting, Field fought hard for the role, even gaining 25 pounds and immersing herself in the history of the character. Her determination paid off, as her portrayal of Mary Todd was rich with grief, passion, and strength. In one pivotal scene, Field's Mary Todd argued fiercely with Daniel Day-Lewis's Abraham Lincoln, and their exchange was so intense that it left audiences and critics alike in awe. Field's performance was universally praised, and she earned an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress, cementing her place among Hollywood's elite. Sally Field's career continues to evolve even as she enters her 70s. In recent years, she's taken on roles that defy age and stereotype, proving that talent has no expiration date. In 2015, she starred in Hello, My Name is Doris, a quirky, heartfelt indie film about a lovelorn older woman finding love in unexpected places. The film's success was largely due to Field's ability to bring warmth and humor to a character that could have easily been played for laughs. More recently, in 2023, she appeared in 80 for Brady, joining forces with Hollywood legends Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Rita Moreno for a fun, feel-good film about four lifelong friends chasing their dream of seeing Tom Brady play in the Super Bowl. Through it all, Sally Field remains a testament to the power of resilience, talent, and the pursuit of artistic growth. From her early days as a sweet TV star to becoming an award-winning actress with a career that spans more than 5 decades, Field continues to challenge herself and delight audiences with her undeniable talent and charm. Her legacy in Hollywood is secure, not just as an actress, but as a woman who has navigated the complex world of fame with grace, courage, and a commitment to making the most of every role she takes on.